And welcome back to our final segment of the Screen Team on today's Talk 930 KWOC. Michael has left the building, but we've got Sabrina in his place
too. What the heck am I doing here?
You're here to review a movie.
Oh yeah, I still do that, don't I?
Yeah, you do, man. And we're happy to have you along with Brittany. And we are here to review the biggest movie of 2015 so far.
Yeah,
the biggest movie. Jurassic World is the name of this film. It's reached, I think, close to $1 billion so far worldwide.
Holy cow.
It was well timed.
So, You think so?
Oh yeah.
Why do you say that?
We were more than ready for another dinosaur movie.
So you think? I guess the last one was around the late '90s or so.
Probably.
So,
I mean, if you don't count Godzilla.
I don't count Godzilla, no.
No, we don't count Godzilla.
He's a monster.
So Jurassic World, we kind of get we see the Jurassic Park world, I guess, how it was envisioned all along from John Hammond. Right. He wanted the park done, and obviously with the first 3 films, it never got done because dinosaurs took advantage, and they took advantage. They did, man.
I don't think that it was the dinosaurs taking advantage.
Oh, they did, man.
Good point.
They did. But anyway, they weren't able to open the park for obvious reasons. Now we finally get to open the park, and that's where we see what the park looks like, and thousands of people get to go to this thing each and every day, and it's just so cool looking. And then later on in the day, we get back to those nasty dinosaurs, and they ruin everything, man. So you guys got to see this in theaters. What were your initial thoughts? Sabrina, were you excited to see another Jurassic Park movie?
I was beyond excited. I was ready. I was excited to the point of boiling. I was really happy to get to go see it, and it was in 3D, and it was everything it needed to be as far as I'm concerned. I like an adrenaline rush. I got that. I like a little bit of a storyline to it, but when I'm going for adrenaline, I don't really care about my emotions being tugged and my heartstrings being tugged at so much. So they didn't do that, and I was okay with that. I liked the characters. There was just enough build up to get you interested in who's doing what and why. I was fascinated by the fact that they were working with the raptors and learning to communicate with them and not control them, as one character put it, but alpha them, as another character put it. And they come out, and at some point they're going to use them to help rescue, because you've seen it in the trailers. It's not a secret. But how they end up having to do that is part of the story, and it's a good part of the story. The new dinosaur that they tell you in their trailers that they've created. They've genetically engineered this thing. It's pretty daggum impressive. If Mother Nature had been allowed to do naturally what she probably would have done, I think that this is a dinosaur that probably could have existed. With its special features and stuff. I don't want to give away too much, but it was pretty daggone impressive and scary. And I think every kid that loves dinosaurs is just going to go gaga over this thing. And the way it wraps up, though, that's probably the weakest thing about the movie to me is the way it finishes. I saw it coming, but it was at the last second. So I give them credit for that. It wasn't like I was expecting it to end this way, and it did. It ends, and then you're like, oh, well, okay. Go you. It just, there wasn't enough fireworks for the finish, I guess, because of the way I felt all the way through the movie. So
Miss McKay, do you agree with Miss J over here?
Yeah, for the most part, I was very excited to have a new Jurassic World movie. I loved the first one.
Yeah.
I went to the theater and saw it over and over and over because I was so crazy about it. And I was, at that time, I was really impressed with how realistic the dinosaurs were and all. I think this one, they're even more realistic. And I mean, they just move in a way that you would imagine a dinosaur would move. And so I think they did a really great job with their effects and everything. And the ending, to me, I was okay with that because I thought back to the first one and how the first one ended.
Yeah.
So calmly, with the pterodactyls flying over the
Yeah.
water and them escaping, and yet
Yeah.
they look over and there's the pterodactyls.
Yeah.
So you know that it's not completely over.
Yeah,
kind of
it
a thing.
can never
So
truly be over. They just won't let it go.
So I kind of was okay with that kind of mellowed out, calm down ending kind of a
Yeah.
thing. It gave me a chance to catch my breath before I got up and walked out of the theater.
Well, that's true.
So, but I loved it. I thought it was reminiscent of the first one,
Yeah.
more so than the others had been. So
I enjoyed this probably the best out of the sequels. The second one's okay. The third one, not a
third one was a little weak, wasn't it?
not a very big fan of the third one,
No.
but I thought this one blew the other two out of the water. Obviously, it's in my opinion not as good as the first one, but it's comparable in some aspects. You know, to me, I think the weakest part of this film, it's kind of slow in the beginning, but to me, I didn't really care too much about some of the characters. I thought they kind of felt a little bit cold, and you know, I didn't really feel too much for them. Like Bryce Dallas Howard's character, she's kind of, you know, I don't know,
At first,
Two-dimensional.
yeah.
At first, yeah.
It's very two-dimensional.
But didn't you feel like as the movie goes along, you become more vested in her character?
A little bit, yes. And I guess I was expecting a little bit more from Chris Pratt's character, because when you see him in movies like Guardians of the Galaxy, he's really, really funny and really, you know,
Yeah.
smart.
He has
you
more
know.
character.
He has more character. With this one, he has it a little bit, but it's more brought back, and he's got this smirk, not smirk, but he's got like this
Smolder.
smolder on his face for like 2 hours. You know,
I think that because
He's a
of her
raptor trainer.
character and
What do you
his character, they're well paired. They're complementary, and they need to be. Otherwise, it wouldn't be believable.
Right.
oh, it's believable.
It really is. I mean, to be such a crazy storyline, it really is believable. I could almost see a park like that existing somewhere. You know,
I can see it being run by people like that.
Yeah, that's the scary part.
Yeah.
Is that it might be run by people like that.
All right, so let me ask you a question. This movie has made over $1 billion, and it keeps rising and rising and rising. So when stuff like that happens, you're going to get sequels. So where can this story turn to? Because you can't open the park again, man. There's going to be lawsuits out the wazoo after this film.
Yeah. I don't think
Where do you
anybody's
go?
going to want to go anymore.
Where do you go with this thing, man?
You go back to the main continent, and you have it break out in the city again. Only like the last time in one of which was a 3 where they
Right.
like brought it. They brought
Those
the
two.
Was that 2 where
Those
they brought
two.
it to New
Was
York
it San
or whatever?
Diego?
Oh, that's
San Diego?
right. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. It is the second one.
They
yeah.
brought it, and then it had to be taken back. I think the next one, if they were going to go with anywhere, they were going to be like, those eggs, those mighty, mighty eggs. Something managed to go back to the main company, and they're doing it in there, all secret, and then it's going to break out, and it's going to be the little guys. The little guys that can run around like rats, and they're going to just start tearing everything up, and we're going to have this big,
Oh, God.
they're going to take over the city.
You sound like a studio exec, man. You really
Yeah,
do.
she does, doesn't she? You know, in this one, I thought it was really interesting how they kind of throw back to the first one with a few of the references. Like
course,
they
yeah.
actually mention the founder, and
Yeah.
they show the old visitor center and stuff like that. I thought that was kind of interesting.
banner.
But they really don't make a big deal at all about the fact that they were still cloning the dinosaurs from the amber and
Yeah.
that kind of a thing. They have a couple of scenes where they show that amber with the mosquito thing
Yeah.
but it's more like decorations for the park.
Yeah.
But they never really talk about that in this one.
And that's sad because if a generation of youngsters
Yeah,
has
that have
come
not
in
seen
to
it.
seen the
Right.
to see this one and they haven't been introduced to the
They don't
first
know how
one
they even got
especially,
'em. Yeah.
they might not make the connection. But I honestly don't think that they're going to care.
No, there's enough action
Yeah.
and excitement that,
They don't care.
yeah.
You know, Sabrina, we're in trouble when this comes out on DVD. You know who's going to want to watch it, right?
Luke, he's fixated on dinosaurs.
Oh, is he
and
really?
He
Yeah.
doesn't say dinosaurs. He looks at it and he goes, ah! What do you want to watch? Ah!
Oh, I wish we had a camera right now.
And he'll say
Her
park.
face.
park, and he wants to see Jurassic Park.
Oh, that's funny.
There we are with the speed button.
So he's okay with it? Jurassic Park doesn't scare you?
Oh, it does.
We know. It does.
It does?
So we have to like speed through sections.
Oh, I gotcha.
You know, if they're just walking around and they're looking at stuff, it's okay. But when they're attacking people, it's like, oh gosh, that just happened way too fast, didn't it? You didn't even see it, did you?
Stupid DVD player.
Oh, there it goes again. Oh, there it goes again.
That scene in the very first one where the T-Rex eats the guy on the toilet.
Yeah.
You can't beat that.
Yeah, no, you can speed through it though.
Especially
beat
since
that.
we're trying to potty train the kid.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the last thing you want him seeing right now,
Exactly.
isn't it?
Pretty much.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being on the show. It's Jurassic World. It's the #1 movie in America and probably for the year, at least until Star Wars comes out. Coming up after, we're done for this show. Sabrina and Brittany, thank you so much. Sabrina, you'll be back next week with our good friend Jamie.
Yeah.
And we'll be reviewing the Michael Douglas film, The Game. Mm-hmm. We're also going to be reviewing new to DVD called Ex Machina, science fiction kind of movie.
Right.
And then we're going to be doing the new Marvel film called Ant-Man.
Oh,
You ready for that?
I'm so ready for that.
All
That
right.
looks so ridiculous. I gotta love it.
That's coming your way next Saturday at 6 p.m. For Michael, Sabrina, Brittany, and Chris, we are the Screen Team on today's Talk 930 KWOC.